Vicki Fowler has been trying to hold herself together, but every day since Joel's attack has pushed her closer to the edge. And when she found out he was pleading not guilty, something in her finally snapped. She walked into the Vic hoping for a distraction, only to spot Chelsea's date Damon married, smug and feeding Chelsea triple vodkas like she wouldn't notice. Vicki couldn't let it slide. One comment led to another, and by the time she ran into him again in the laundrette, the tension exploded. He talked down to her, she shoved him, and he hit the floor harder than she meant. Frozen with panic, she called the only person she trusted, Zack. He rushed in, cleaned up the situation, and convinced Damon to walk away quietly unless he wanted his double life exposed. The relief hit them both at the same time, and before they knew it, they were kissing right up until Kathy walked in and shut the moment down, reminding them Sharon would not be thrilled. Meanwhile, Ross kept hovering around the edges of her life, trying to pull her back to the version of them that worked. But the timing couldn't have been worse. Their would-be anniversary only made everything heavier. Vicki escaped to Harry's barn for a drink, but the smallest things were setting her off, like the way Chelsea was being friendly with customers. When she learned Chelsea was doing it to protect the women, not flirt for attention, something softened. Chelsea opened up about her past with Gray, a man whose darkness changed her life forever, and suddenly the two women were talking like they'd known each other for years. By the next night, they were laughing together. Vicki even joked about how she first fallen for Ross watching him line dance. But the moment she saw him, the memory of Joel came flooding back. She tried to leave, but Chelsea nudged her to stay. Somehow the tension melted, and Vicki found herself smiling at Ross again. He told her he loved her, that they made sense together, that they weren't right when they were apart. And for a second, it almost worked, until Vicki reminded him of the one thing she still couldn't forgive, him paying off the family of Joel's victim in Australia. Later that night, Chelsea showed up at her door again, checking in after seeing her laughing with Ross. Vicki let her guard down completely this time, sharing the kind of things she usually keeps buried. Her father Den's past, the damage he caused, and how it made her question whether some men were just wired to hurt people. Chelsea shut that thought down immediately, telling her most men just want something simple and safe. For the first time in days, Vicki felt understood. That feeling must have stuck because soon after, she told Chelsea she'd invited Ross over for a beer. Chelsea didn't like the idea, not yet, but Vicki had already made her choice. When Ross arrived and Vicki was still upstairs, Chelsea met him at the door. She wasn't harsh, just honest. It was too soon, too raw, and pushing it now would only make things worse. Ross listened, quietly, then left. When Vicki came down and heard he'd gone, she knew exactly what had happened. And surprisingly, she agreed. The timing wasn't right. Not for forgiveness, not for fixing things, and not for pretending the damage wasn't still there. But something had shifted. Vicki wasn't spiraling alone anymore. She had someone who understood the mess, someone who wasn't pushing her, someone who didn't expect her to snap back into the old version of herself. And for the first time since everything fell apart, she finally had a reason to breathe.